What is going on, guys? It's Gold Sovereign here, back again for another video, and today I'm bringing you something completely different for me, because usually you see me playing COD, or hopefully in the future you'll see me helping commentate on something that Mr. Gibbs is playing. But today I am playing something different myself. I'm actually playing Plague Inc. for you guys today, so I'm going to jump straight into it and also sort of explain what I'm doing at the same time. Now, I've done a fair bit of this, as you can see, like the progress on the side. But that was a long time ago. I mean, we're looking nearly half a year ago that I was actually playing this now, and I've forgotten / lost most memory of what I actually do. So, just going back there, I'm picking bacteria because it's the first one, obviously, and I'm going to start off the series. I'll probably do one of each one on like the normal difficulty. Maybe moving on, maybe just a bit easier, so that I can actually show you a full gameplay of them. But definitely we'll be trying to unlock the last two, I believe, I need, which means I need to do the necrovirus on normal mode, and then I can unlock the nanovirus, obviously do that on normal and get a bioweapon. But for you guys today, I'm just going to start on bacteria. And these are the different DNA genes that you can add to change the genetic code of your bacteria. So I'm going to go for metabolic jump. So that gets us, when we pop red bubbles, which you'll see what I mean by red bubbles in a minute, we get more DNA points, which again you'll notice all this later if you haven't seen it. If you have seen it, then you know what I'm talking about already. So increase the chance of your plague mutating. So your plague mutates on its own, which means it gets different symptoms and things. Which again, you will see all this in a minute, so I'm sorry if you don't understand what this means, but if you just keep an eye on what I'm clicking on, and I'm telling you obviously as well, then you'll understand as soon as the game starts, really. So I'm gonna make it mutate more. I was gonna go for harder to cure, but I think for this one, because it's quite a simple one, we're gonna make it spread easier by C as well. Bare and humid, I left that on, so I presume that was bonus. We're going to get bonus DNA when we're devolving as well. So that's all sorted. We're going to just jump in straight on normal mode for you guys. Now, what can we name the plague? We need a name for the plague. This thing. So let's make it personal. Let's go for my. We go all caps or no? We'll go for normal. So we'll go for my. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go for a personal favourite. It's my messing up here. My butt crumb. So it's the crumb of the butt. Horrible bit of bacteria that no one likes. So welcome to Plague Inc. You're a new bacteria. To win, you must evolve, spread across the world, and eliminate all humans. So now we need to select starting location. So I'm gonna jump right in. We could go mainland Europe. We could go across to America, Canada. But I think we're going to start off Egypt. We could go Saudi. We'll go Saudi Arabia. Alright, so we've infected 2 people already straight away. So my butt crumb begins in Saudi Arabia. There's one big butt crumb if it's going all the way from Saudi Arabia all the way over to here in the UK. And it's infected its first human. It's actually infected 2 humans. So these are the red bubbles that I was talking about. They get you some DNA points, which means you can upgrade your disease. I'll quickly run you through that actually before we get too many. So this is the overview of our disease, so all the stats and things that we have down the bottom. And then we go over to transmission. So this is how your disease is spread. So you can go through air, water, like blood-to-blood contact, insects, rats, birds, like livestock. And then you've got symptoms, so you can make. So start off with like the easy ones. You've got nausea, I believe that is coughing, yes, rash, anemia, yeah, cysts, and insomnia, and then they all sort of go towards the middle area and lead up to the bigger things that obviously kill off people. And then you also got abilities, so resistance to heat, cold, general resistance, and resistance to medicine. And the medicine one later on goes into resisting against the cure that humans are making. So we're going to jump ahead and fast forward it ×2, just so we can build up some points. So orange bubbles like randomly appear and just give you random DNA points. So I've just got 1 out of that one. So yeah, my butt crumb is beginning to spread. So it's growing, my butt crumb is. And okay, so we've got some DNA points now. What I'm going to do, I'm going to jump in. We're going to go back to transmission. It's going to go through the water supply, I believe, first. I think that will help. Obviously, if a disease is in water, it's going to affect everyone because everyone has to drink water. I think water and air, I seem to remember the two main ones you just have to sort of gun for, and then it spreads everywhere. Okay, I'm going to fast forward up again because it's just, I remember a slow start. Also, it seems to sometimes have a slow end on it. So okay, so we just pop in loads of bubbles now. So my butt crumb, the single butt crumb from my butt has infected hundreds. So we're going to carry on popping. And okay, we've got enough now. So I'm going to go air as well. I think I might go blood. Might go blood as well. So we just get them up like sort of one level. We've infected like 1,000 people now. As you can see down in the bottom corner, so we've randomly mutated a rash system. So people are now getting rashes from my butt crumb. So my butt crumb is now infected thousands, as you can see down the bottom, and it's jumping up quite fast now, and it's spread into a ram. My butt crumb has made it all the way into a ram across that little border there. There you go, it's now spread down into East Africa and flown all the way up to Iceland. Lovely, right. There you go, so now we're spreading to loads of countries. So each of the red ones are when it spreads to a new country, orange ones are random DNA, and then later on you'll see blue bubbles that come up, which is helping you prevent the cure. So we're going to spread it, we're going more water, and I might make it resistant to cold a little bit, just a little bit. Just so we can get to some of the tough countries like Greenland and other colder places, Canada. So we've infected, whoa, okay, that's jumped up quite significantly. We've infected now 70 million people, which is absolutely insane, and we're spreading to many a country. So it's got insomnia now by itself. I'm gonna make it drug resistant, and as you see, so you've got genetic hardening, which makes it harder for like future research to research a cure against it. I'm also going to get sweating as well as the rashes. So now it should start to spread a little bit more. But obviously, the more symptoms you have, the more recognisable it is, and so people will start to work on a cure. But then also the symptoms help, because if people are sweating, they're going to be touching, like the sweat's going to be transmitting the disease across people as well. Eliminate Russia countries there. So what I'm going to do is save up a little more. Okay, actually I'd say save up a little more. We're on 57, we're on 70. So we're going to go back to transmission, we're going to blast it into the air, and then get this one, which is extreme bioaerosol. So it bypasses air and water filters due to adaptive cellular shape, increases infectivity, especially in humid and arid climates, and plane and ship transmission, which is going to help us spread it to them countries that are only accessible via like a boat or whatever. We're also going to get, no, we're not going to go bird. I'm not going to go bird. I think that's a silly idea. We're going to make it heat resistant and just get general resistance up a little bit as well. So now let's pop these last few bubbles. What we can see in a second is if we look at the world map, so we can see the blue countries haven't even been touched yet. Red countries are ones that are infected, and then eventually they'll turn black when people start to die. We've infected 27% of the world, but that is now starting to increase a lot more quickly. So yeah, this is super exciting. My butt crumb is everywhere. So here we go, infected loads of countries now. What we need to do is get all the islands, because the little islands, or big islands in case of Greenland, if they shut their one border, their one like boat access, then it can't get there, it just can't do it. So now we've got fever. So we really need, first death in Philip, there's been a death. Okay, there's been hundreds of thousands of deaths. Okay, see now this is where, so what's killing people? Fever, can be fatal. So we're going to devolve that. We get 4 points back, which I'm not really that worried about in the moment anyway. So now we really need to spread it. So I believe we need to spread it across to Greenland, which there's not a lot I can actually do to help spread it. I mean, I'm going to get a bit more resistance. Okay, we've got loads of resistance now, so it's the most resistant it can be. So it should. There's no reason why it shouldn't travel there. I'm just hoping that they do not shut their border. So now Japan are leading a global cure. As you can see in the bottom corner, the cure is now at 10%, which is actually quite large for this current stage. So there we go, we've infected Greenland. I believe that is our last country to infect. It is. So now we start to kill people. It's spreading beautifully, so now what we do is we jump on the symptoms and we start murdering again. So I'm going to go straight down to total organ failure, and I'm going to go up this way because this helps stop the cure. Because if we go up to get seizures, and then I believe there's something else that helps slow down the cure. The cure is now at 18%, so we have to watch that out. Nausea has been mutated without using any points. That is perfect for us. But Crumbs is killing fast, and so yeah, that's telling us that we need to pop the blue bubbles and we can fight the cure. There's a lot of pop-ups here. So we've killed more than the Black Death. What I'm going to do is slow down 1 because there's a lot of text flying at my face. Cure is now 25%. Well, it's actually on 30%. It's jumping up wildly here. So I'm going to keep on popping. There's a lot of pop-ups chatting about. Right. People are, as you can see, people are starting to die. We've killed over 1.5 billion people, which is perfect. But the cure is flying through, and I have a feeling we might actually lose this one. The cure. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on this one. We're going to go abilities and try and delay that cure. So what we've done is we've done hardening. So future research speed is decreased, and also the genetic reshuffle knocks their research back a little bit. So as you can see, when I press play again, it jumps back down from 56 to 47, although it's already straight back up there. Their research is going quite fast, although saying that people are now very dead. We definitely, what we need is to get rid of, I mean there's no countries that are completely dead, but there's still 90 million healthy people, and if this kills off everyone before, we need to slow the deaths majorly. We need to slow the deaths. Right, on to symptoms. We'll devolve some of the more deadly things, get up to insanity, so their cure is now slowed right down. And we need it to be more transmittable again, so we're going to go for blood, more blood. So hopefully the deaths will start to slow down now, and these last few people will get infected. They were on, what were we on before? We were on 16 million uninfected before. We're on 12 million now, so they are being infected slowly but surely, which means that this could be our first victory. I know it's not, I'm not on a hard mode, so I mean, I'm not saying that I've performed a miracle here, but considering I haven't played for a while, I think in my own heart I've done pretty well. Affected is dropping, so they are dying still, but if we follow this plane quickly, so we can pop the bubble. If we look at the world now, it's down to 1 million. All the healthy people are nearly gone. So in roughly 3, 2, 1, no healthy people. How close was I? I was pretty damn close. Anyway, so we're gonna start making it more deadly again, because them last people would have been petering out now. So we're gonna make it cause people to be paralysed. I'm not sure if that one slows up the cure, but I mean hopefully it will. So have we got any countries that are completely dead yet? We've killed Argentina, the USA, UK, Poland, West Africa and Madagascar. They're all completely wiped out now. As you can see, they've gone black on here. 95% of the world are dead. There's 56,000 healthy people left. In fact, nope, there's no healthy people left. So we're just killing off the last 250 million people. So I'm going to start to say goodbye now as these last 250 million people die. Sometimes the deaths can be quite slow towards the end because you're just waiting for the last couple of people to die. But thank you guys for watching. I've had an absolute blast playing this game again. I forgot how good it is. Hopefully, so I can make a few quick videos from the Plague, and hopefully you enjoy them. If you've got any comments on what I should do, then please do comment them, because it really does help me and Mr. Gibbs to think up new ideas for videos and things. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed playing it, and we'll watch these last few people. Okay, I don't know how I accidentally double clicked there, I believe, but and that won't let me leave. Right, so we've got these last 100,000 people dying. We'll finally watch this, and then we'll see the stats at the end, and I'll say my final goodbye. But yeah, please do drop a like rating if you've liked it, because it does help us to see. Because like, if say for example this video gets more likes than one of my COD videos, then I can see that you preferred this to the COD videos. Also, if you haven't seen them, then please do go check them out, and please do check out Mr. Gibbs's content as well, because it is very good. I assure you, I've been watching that myself. So yeah, I'm gonna go to a super fast forward now, just to kill off these last few people, because they are, as I say, it is quite slow at the start and end, and all the action sort of happens in the middle. So we're just watching these last few people die. Also, I might try and find out who the last country is. We can do that. So what we've got to do is wait for there to be like literally about 1,000 people, and then see what we can do. Can we make it more deadly? We can't make it more deadly. Okay. So yeah, we'll wait for it till there's about 50,000 people left, and we'll see where they are, and we'll see which country is better at facing my buckram. I have to say, I probably shouldn't be, but I'm quite proud. Oh, we got dysentery. We're quite proud that my buckram has done all this to the world, and yeah, we're in 2018. I believe that's an all right. I mean, that's 3 years, isn't it? I think the average is between 2 and 3 years, and then obviously later on when you go into like the viruses and necroviruses and stuff, the time does generally take a bit longer to kill the people, just because it's a more tactical game, rather than this one we can sort of rush in, kill a load of people, get out. So where are the last 15 million? We'll have a look. Canada, Greenland, Norway, Turkey and New Zealand. That is all that's left in the world. So sort of 5 places that are all really, I mean, apart from no, yeah, they are all really separated actually. They wouldn't even be in contact with each other. Can we buy anything? You know what? Let's make them sneeze. Why not? These last 15 million people can sneeze to their unfortunate deaths. And yeah, so we're down to 10 million now. This is a very slow ending. It always is. So in the future, I think I'm gonna try and find something to talk about during this ending. Nuclear explosion in Canada, beautiful. There's hang about. Okay, Canada is one of those. Canada and New Zealand battling out. Little tiny New Zealand. How many are in New Zealand? Let's have a look. Can we look? We can. There we go. So we've got 381,000 in New Zealand, and if we go back to the world map, we have 800,000 in Canada. So that's our final million people. Let's find out the last country to be alive. Destroy humanity. So here we go. The last, we'll try and stop it on about 250,000. So about now. Oh, New Zealand is still going. New Zealand is still going. Okay. So which will be the last country? Which country will dominate the world for a very short amount of time? The last 100,000. Both are still going. Okay, this is unbelievable that both New Zealand are the underdogs here. So we'll try and stop it on 50,000, and we have. Oh no, we don't. They're both still in it. Let's just skip to the bottom. I thought our last. Right, we'll still try and stop it on 10,000. Okay, and there we go. They're both. How many have they got? How many have Canada got? Canada on. Okay, so New Zealand have actually got more people than. Right, okay, and 1,000 people left. Oh wait, no, that was just Canada with 1,000 people left. My bad. The world. New Zealand won. New Zealand beat Canada. New Zealand are the rulers of the world for these dying 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 seconds. Canada are Canada were dead a long time ago. My buckram has successfully eliminated all life on Earth. So there we go. So I'll chuck that into ×3 speed so you can see it very quickly at the end. My total score was 5,210. Please do try and beat that if you've got this game at home. I'm sure you will, because it wasn't a great time of 1,229 days. But I have been Gold Sovereign, and this has been The Plague. If you've enjoyed it, then I urge you to like it so that I can see that you've liked it and see that you've enjoyed it. And I'll probably be back in the coming days with more of Plague Inc. and more destruction of the world via my buckram.